coast of Italy. Nine's European correspondent Peter Stefanovic joins us now live from Port Santo Stefano. Pete, thank you for joining us again. What's the latest? Are they still looking for more survivors?
Yeah, they are, Cam. The divers, teams of divers have been searching all day out in the Mediterranean. They've been around the ship. They've been looking through the decks, through the cabins as well. They've been calling out to people to try and see if there is any kind of response, but they haven't had any luck in that regard just yet. So as it stands at the moment, the number of missing is still anywhere between 40 and 70, but authorities continually remind us that that might not be as dramatic as it sounds, because things were so chaotic, as you might expect, when all these survivors were brought ashore. They were brought to different areas. There wasn't a great name-checking system in place, so it's quite possible that a lot of those people, including some Australians, might be on land, but they just haven't registered their names just yet.
Yes, well, let's hope that that is the case, and it's just a case of confusion rather than bodies still being lost at sea. Last reports, Pete, there were 2 Australians on board the ship. Any update on that?
Well, there are still 2 Australians who are unaccounted for. Is saying that there were 23 Australians on board, and now 21 Australians are counted as safe, but they are still now trying to get in contact with those 2 Australians. They're trying to see whether they in fact got on board, or whether they are among those people who got to land after the ship went down but just haven't registered their name just yet.
It's so incredible to watch these pictures here of this vessel stricken so close to safety, but in such a dangerous position. How did this happen? Do we know what caused it, and what's happened to the skipper?
Well, the skipper is looking like he's in a bit of trouble. Italian prosecutors are looking at charging him with manslaughter. They're also looking at possible charges of him abandoning ship before the passengers. So that is one line of prosecution at the moment. But he is saying that there was an electrical fault, and that caused the navigational system to stop, and that caused the ship to veer off track into shallow reef, and that's where it hit this huge rock, which caused that huge hole in the hull of the ship, some 50 metres wide. So there is going to be a lot of questions and a lot of answers, Cam, over the next few days for sure.
No doubt about that, Pete. Keep us posted, mate. Thank you very much for that report from Port Santo Stefano. Back to you, Dan.